has light, so we're feeling pretty accomplished because we didn't have to wait to film this until like noon in the middle of the day. Is it gonna fall over at any second? Possibly. But anyway, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christian, if you don't know me. If you watched my video beforehand about the fall and winter 2020 fashion trends and that's what brought you here, cool, thanks for watching that. If not and you're new here, that's cool. I'm new here too. This is only like my second video. But in that last video, I mentioned some things about what colors were gonna be popular, which were like the winter and jewel tones, and I related those to seasons. So in this video, I decided I would kind of go into what I mean by that and break that down. Also, if you hear people mowing in the background, sorry about that. So let's just get right into it. If you see me looking down again too, it's because I have my notes with me. So if you ever have trouble picking colors for yourself, these are going to be just some of the basic ways to break that down. And the biggest part of that, I think, is going to be, before we even hop into seasons, the biggest part is going to be breaking it down into whether you have a warm skin tone or a cool complexion. What we mean is like cool versus warm is with more blue undertones, or more like yellow and kind of red undertones. A lot of people say that you can look kind of just at the back of your wrists and see what color veins you have. If they're more blue, then you're cooler, and if they're more green, then you're warmer. If that way is too hard for you or you can't figure it out, another way that you can figure it out is finding either a piece of silver jewelry or a piece of gold jewelry and holding it up to you, or putting on, if you have like a chunkier type necklace, putting that on and see what color that you feel looks better on you. And if you're silver, then you have cool, and if it's gold, then you have warm undertones. Or the final way, well, I wouldn't say it's the final way, but the final way that I'm going to talk about is just looking at yourself in like really natural light. If you can without a tan, like I said, because that will kind of change it, but looking at yourself in natural light, like in front of a mirror, if you can do it in like your birthday suit, maybe like that, because that's going to be your natural complexion and will help you get a better understanding of if you have cool or warm tones to your skin and which season you're going to be, which will then help you figure out what colors look best on your skin complexion. And then I think I'm going to talk a little bit more about this at the end as well, but I wanted to go ahead and say that don't take it any type of way if I, give you information and you feel like, oh, I'm a spring, so I can only wear those type of colors. That's absolutely not true. There's ways to get around that too. These are just the colors that you might look the best in, and everybody wants to look and feel their best, right? I keep this pretty short and sweet, so let's just hop into the color seasons, and we'll start with spring. So spring is going to be pretty much exactly like it sounds. Just think of like your pastel colors. That's going to be like pinks, peaches, corals, lilac, mint, and then I like to call it like a sage green. I don't know if you guys have seen that color lately. I'll put a picture somewhere over here. I hope I'm sitting enough to one of these sides to do that too. But it's, think of the color olive green if it was a pastel, just like a pastel green is gonna be your spring colors. And if it just reminds me of spring, or it reminds me of Easter too. All the colors that come out for like Easter. Also like baby yellow. Yellow can be a pastel. I'm not sure if I would necessarily consider yellow to be a spring color, but it's like florally, right? So a baby yellow, but not like a super bright canary yellow or anything. Tones are gonna have a little bit more of like a warm tone to them, which have more of like the yellow and that warm base to them. So if you have, warm undertones in spring, and this is gonna sound really weird when I say it, if you have like kind of warmer undertones but maybe not yellow, like red, or your skin is kind of like pink flushed a little bit, then spring colors are probably going to be the ones that look better on you because they're not super harsh or like overbearing, and they don't wash you out. So for me, I think I mentioned in my last video, but if you didn't watch that, I think I mentioned that I would be considered a fall. However, the spring and fall and summer and winter are kind of like complements to each other. So since I can wear fall colors, spring as well, but not as well as I can wear fall colors. And I'll try to touch on that again later so it makes a little bit more sense. So spring, yeah, it's like peaches and corals, lilacs, that kind of sage green, mint, and it's if you have warmer undertones but maybe aren't really darker complected, if you've got kind of pink and red flush to your skin, then spring might be your colors as well. Next we'll do summer, and summer I think is going to be, summer I feel like is kind of one of those neutral ones, but I find that people with cooler tones can wear these colors better because they're, I don't want to say neons, but just those really bright, vibrant colors like you would think of in summer. So like that magenta and fuchsia color that's really popular, like a brighter green, maybe not a light green, but a brighter green, that kind of oceany, royal blue, like an ocean blue. Orange and things too, which if you can wear orange and yellow, you are really lucky because a lot of people can't wear those colors because they wash people out. Just think vivid like you would of summer. And like I said, it might be more of a neutral thing, but I think if you have some cooler tones to your skin, then summer might be the better ones for you than winter, which are those jewel tones like I said in the beginning. It's gonna be, yeah, the bright greens like magentas, oranges, those kind of ocean blues. There's some pinks in there as well, but not as peachy pastel coral as spring colors. And then I think that canary kind of yellow is what I would consider that a summer color as well. And after that, so fall, which is one that I probably know the most about because I would consider myself to be a fall. And for me, I think the tones of my skin kind of change throughout the year, whether I've had a tan or not. Like right now, I'd say that I am a little bit cooler, especially because I think I can wear more silver jewelry in the summer than I could in the winter, even though I typically wear a lot of gold. And again, the seasons, this is why it makes it so easy, because when you say fall, it's going to be just like fall. So like the kind of burnt orange and rust colors, yellow and olive green, browns, things like that. And then I also want to make the note here too, because not everyone can truly wear white. I think that winter people are the only ones who can wear like a true white. And then maybe summer, because that's kind of the opposite of the winter. So if you are a fall color palette or spring as well, instead of wearing a true white, your better color is going to be an ivory or like an ecru, an off-white, and it won't wash you out. And there's so many shades of white. So truly like an ivory or an ecru or something is my better color. And if you're a fall or a spring, that's probably going to be your better color too, versus the true white. And then moving on to the winter, like I mentioned in my last video, these are the more of the jewel tones. And you know, if you think of just like jewels, like rubies, emeralds, sapphires, things like that, they're going to be really, really deeply hued colors. Also, what I believe is going to be in for the end of this year for fall and winter fashion trends. Kind of in a different way, not the traditional winter colors though. So yeah, things like emerald, eggplant, that really deep kind of sapphire blue. And then I'd probably put navies in there as well. True like blue-based reds, and then like true blacks, like black blacks, and really white or winter whites. So let's do like a kind of a little recap, because I feel like I might have went through that really fast. So if you have a warmer skin tone, then your better seasons are probably going to be fall and spring. And if you have a cooler complexion, then your better seasons will likely be summer and winter. And then like I said in the beginning, well actually before I even get into that, it's because if you have a warmer complexion, the spring and the fall ones are going to be colors that have more yellow tones to them, like underneath the color, which just helps them be brighter and warmer versus cool toned. And the summer and winter are going to have more of like a blue base, which gives them that cooler feel, I guess, which is why those colors would look better on you. And then like I said in the beginning, just because if you see these pictures and you think oh yeah, like that describes me, that's, you know, I must be a spring, but you really like emerald green. That doesn't mean that you can't wear it. Fall. If I'm a fall and I'm wanting to wear winter colors, which I don't, so from my own experience, I don't really wear a lot of winter colors because they can be too overpowering on me and wash me out. But let's say that I really, really liked emerald green and I wanted to wear that, I would find a warmer type of emerald green, so it could still be really dark green, but just warmer instead of cooler, so it matched my undertones and my complexion a little bit more. Yeah, that's basically how you do that. So just keep in mind the seasons, and whatever comes to mind when you think of that season is probably correct. So like spring, pastels; fall, think of colors that you'd see at like Thanksgiving; winter is going to be those really deep jewel tones and whatnot, and then summer is going to be those brighter, vibrant, kind of like summer-y colors. If any of this was at all confusing, leave a comment down below, and I'll try to explain myself further or slow down on what I mean. Also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram. My DMs are always open for chit chats on there if you ever want some like styling advice, or if you need advice on even like what color might work better for you. If this was a little bit confusing, you can comment that here or comment that on my Instagram as well, which I'll tag in here. Don't be afraid to like reach out to me there, because it's like quarantine, we're not really doing anything. I'm always free to help, and I would love to help you guys figure out which colors work better on you. I know a video can be kind of confusing. Also on my Instagram, you can check out just some of the other things that I've been working on, like projects and things. My Instagram, kind of like my YouTube, is going to be used to help people find styling advice and how to wear things and things like that. But also on my Instagram, I will be doing, I've kind of just started, but I will be doing a lot of projects with just photographers in my area and other places as well whenever I travel, whenever we can get back to traveling. And if you'd like, you can see some of the work that I do there as well. Yeah, I think that's everything, and that wraps today's video up. Also, I wanted to say as well, this whole YouTubing thing is new to me. I know I've mentioned that, and so I hadn't really figured out a set schedule. I think I'm gonna try to post though every other week, and either on Saturday or Sunday. It's looking like Sunday might be the day. So look out for that. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a video. Like and a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks. Did it stop? She's using a new Bluetooth device, and technology is not really our thing.